Здравствуйте, меня зовут Николай. Hello, my name is Nikolai. I'm from Russia, but I live in England. I live in Bristol, and I go to the University of the West of England. I do drama with creative writing, because I think that in England, you can get a better education than in Russia, because with the whole cultural misunderstandings, Russia is beginning to be quite disrespected, whilst in England, well, England is generally quite a respected country, and also with the language being the most famous language in the world, if different countries find out you have an education in England, they would accept that, and you have a higher chance of getting a job. And generally, I do drama because I think it's an interesting course, and it's where my passion lies. And generally, being a creative person, I think it's the perfect path for me to go by. I'm living in England because currently I cannot be in Russia because I'm 18, and in Russia there's the conscription rule, a rule that when you become 18, you are obliged to join the Russian army for 1 or 2 years, depending on family differences and everything. And they look for you until you're 28. And the only way you can hide from that is either if you go to a Russian university, but because I was someone who never actually fully lived in Russia, so I didn't get a full Russian education because I've been to like 25 countries, so I traveled around the world. So I didn't get like a one place education, which is why I can't go to a Russian university. Whilst if I go to an English university, I can, because if I went to sixth form, which I did in Coventry, that allows me to go to university here. I don't want to join the army because generally the conditions of the army in Russia aren't really that good currently. I mean, it's classed as a very powerful army, which it is. However, as when you're within the army ranks, it's a problem because the whole thing with the barracks, where people literally disrespect each other so much they actually end up killing each other at times. It's like a constant thing in the news in Russia. Like every other day, someone dies in army. I don't want that to happen to me, obviously, and also the fact that generally the generals and all, they disrespect the soldiers. So the way they teach them is, I don't mind strict, but they just do it over the top, and they don't care about you whatsoever. They just like think of you like slaves. Uh, and generally, I don't find myself being a violent person, so I wouldn't want to like fight in a war or something. I did try to come back to Russia when I'm 18. When I was well, I am still am, but I did try half a year ago. And I kind of got lucky because technically when I arrive in Russia during and they check the passports at the airport, or when I'm leaving Russia, technically they see on the passport that you are 18 and you don't have a stamp saying you were at the army. They have the right of like calling a number straight away, and you will be pretty much seized at the airport. But luckily, um, I visited and I got two nice people on the way there and backwards who kind of looked at the stamp, saw nothing, but they looked at me like, yeah, he can go, and just let me off, which was really lucky because a chance like that is very rare, and just for me, there I'm back, being so lucky. Yeah, it's a good thing, and I'm glad because if I ended up in the Russian army, it would be awful. I would prefer to live in Russia. Yes, my family is a traditional family. They kind of uh, proven to me in some way why I should like Russia, and that kind of it's kind of stayed with me, the fact that I class Russia as my home, and it's just something you can't take away. So probably when I become 28, which is when I won't be obliged to go to the army anymore, I might consider coming back to Russia.